Hey guys, about to play round 2 of a Magic Origins draft. We won game 1, and I think this hand's a keep. We do need to draw a land, but if we do, especially if we draw 2 lands, we're going to be in really great shape. So I think this is a keep, even though we don't have any of our early drops. Chances are pretty good we draw a 2-drop or a 3rd land in our first couple cards. So since, we have a hand like this. We do have a bunch of strong cards in our opener, that's for sure. These are all B level or higher cards in this format. Very good cards to have in your opening hand. Of course, I need to draw lands to play all of them, but still. Opponent is also thinking whether or not his hand is keepable. Ours definitely is. All right. Right, we will lead with an island. I guess in the event we wanted to play our double island blue guy that we're going to draw on turn 2. I don't think we really would ever do that though. Right, we drew another 3-drop. I think we lead with Ghirapur Gearcrafter, assuming we draw that 3rd land. Even if we miss a couple drops, like our hand is good enough that won't hurt us too much. Okay, well, we just missed a drop to draw another 3-drop. So hopefully our opponent doesn't get too far ahead of us. I'd say we probably need to draw it next turn to really have a chance, especially if our opponent has a 3-drop. We just want to go land at this point. Our opponent probably does have a 3-drop. Another 2-drop, not as bad, but still not great. Come on, land. All right, we did it. Yeah, I think we lead still with our Gearcrafter. And I mean, even though if we don't draw our 4th land for our Whirler Rogue, we're still in pretty good position with 3 good cards we can play with our mana. All right, Fetid Imp. So our opponent went the blue-black route. We almost went, but decided not to. We'll just take 2 here. All right, we did draw our 4th land, but it is not a blue land, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters, but what should we do here? Should we swing? I think I swing with the Gearcrafter. Offer up the trades. And I can play Watercourser, which can just block this guy, so I think that's what I do instead of the Brute. Can block all of those guys pretty well, so I'm just going to play Watercourser. And we've got the 2 Void Mages and the Anchor, should our opponent tap a bunch of mana and play something scary. Like we did see a Soulblade Djinn going around that our opponent may have gotten. Was that? I did a draft before the one I recorded. I'm trying to remember now if I saw the Soulblade Djinn in this draft or another. Seems like I should have taken Soulblade Djinn if I saw it. But, yeah. I must not have seen it this draft. Okay. So we block, yeah, no swings makes sense. Okay. Second Watercourser. I think I'm going to swing with the first Watercourser. I'll trade with the Shambling Ghoul if he wants to do that. Actually, yeah, just with the Watercourser. Does let him scry and stuff, but what the heck is going on here? It said attack. There we go. Really weird. Okay, I'll trade with that ghoul. And then we'll play our Boggart Brute. That Fetid Imp is pretty annoying for my Thopter tokens. We got both our creatures that make Thopter tokens in our opening hand, so... Alright. Okay, Claustrophobia. Works for me. If we draw a Disperse later, we might be able to do some stuff to surprise him. Alright. Okay. I think we attack with our gear per gear crafter now. We are helping our opponent fuel his graveyard for his Shadows of the Past and letting him scry and stuff. But so it's important to keep in mind. Now we're going to play our second Watercourser. I'm sort of holding off on playing any of our bounce things until he plays like a big creature or until we can get a lot of damage in. We've got enough dudes in our graveyard for our Scob Goliath, should we draw it. Okay, Scrap Skindrake. May actually be worth doing something too. I'm gonna swing at the Watercourser. Yeah, he's gonna do the trade. No, he's just gonna take two. He's just gonna take two. We'll play our Automaton now instead of the Separatist Void Mages. We have way more islands in our deck than we do mountains, right? Doesn't seem like it. It's one thing our Anchor can help us with. Okay, great. I am happy to see him play that since we have like a million ways to bounce it. You don't usually say, okay, great, when your opponent plays a Scob Goliath. But we say it definitely in this game. I think I want to play the Void Mage to bounce it so that I get another body out there too. It also slows down his Shadows of the Past action. So we bounce the Goliath, who we will not be able to cast yet. And then we swing with everybody who can. Well, not our Thopter, who's basically doing nothing. But we swing with those two. In the turn there. Alright, well, that will kill our Thopter. Not that it's been doing much in this game, thanks to Fetid Imp. I wonder if he swings. Yeah, I guess there's no reason for him not to since it can't block my dudes. Alright, that's a pretty good draw, I think. I think we just play it. Swing with everybody. All right, he's trading there, which makes sense. And also there, dropping himself to 6. So I'll let him play his Scab Goliath again, but unbeknownst to him, we can deal with that. So he does get to scry 4 times, but it's not as useful as it sounds. I should probably have my chat over here just so I can get an idea of what he's doing. It's not as useful as it sounds since, like, if he finds one he wants, he just puts the same one on top. He did put the first one on bottom, though. And he put the second one on bottom. So he may be sifting through a bunch of lands. Yep, looks like he's going to use all of his scries. Okay, put the last one on top. I'm going to play out our Rune Servitor in our second main phase. Keep the pressure coming. And end our turn. My guess is he tries to play Scab Goliath again, and then we just separate his Void Mage again and swing for the win. That looks like. Yep. Well, his Scab Goliath's really bad against our deck. I wonder if he sides it out. Our Scab Goliath would be really bad against our deck too. So should have swung with his Drake there. But I'm just going to play another Void Mage. We actually don't win right away, but can't. Oh yeah, we do, because his dude can't block, right? So I was right. I do win right away. Swing for 7. Yeah. All right. Game 2. We had those Anchor to Aether and Whirler Rogue in our hand that whole game. It was pretty sweet. Yeah, we don't really have anything. Stratus Walk could be nice. He doesn't have a lot of flyers. But he does have some, so it's not really worth it, I don't think. Okay, game 2. This hand is not awesome, but it's not awful. I think it's a keep. You can play our Goliath pretty easily with it, more than likely. We have 2-drop. If we draw a bunch of lands, it's going to look real bad, but if we draw spells like that, it doesn't look so bad. Play Island. We haven't seen Alhamarit yet, and not even gotten him in our hand, so we wouldn't have been able to cast him last game anyway, so I think I'm okay with that. So we play our Scab next turn. May turn on our Scab Goliath right away. And we have our Anchor again. This time we'll probably cast it since we don't have like a million other ways to bounce things in our hand. All right. Well, we're going to have a similar start to the game. All right, Rune Servitor. Do I want to play that first? Not really. Most cases I'd rather trade Scab for Scab than I would my Rune Servitor for a Scab. And there's Alhamarit, so we've already turned, and we hit a Gearcrafter, but we do already have our Scab Goliath turned on, so might have been nice to draw that Gearcrafter, of course, but all right, no Eyeblight Assassin is good news for us, so we're going to swing in with our Scab. I think now I play the Starfish. just makes your deck so much better when you scry every turn. Okay. It does allow him to kill our guy. So it actually works out pretty well there. It's the first time I've seen that used effectively, really. Because he gets to draw a card and everything. So we're going to play out our Starfish, since it can block that as well. I don't know if I will block it, though. I probably will, though. Make him use a spell up if he wants to. If he Reave Souls this, yeah, there it is. Sucks, but kind of okay with it. All right. So now we play out our Rune Servitor. End our turn there. We're just going to take 2 here. I don't really want him to take advantage of drawing a card first. Okay, Artificer's Epiphany, not too scary right now since he has to discard a card. But he has definitely generated some hand advantage in this game. Maritime Guard, alright, well, that does effectively blank my Rune Servitor. But we're 1 turn away from playing our Goliath. Don't see any reason to anchor to the Ether now. Waiting has been pretty effective in our deck so far. We'll just end the turn there. Scob Goliath? No, I can't actually play it. Which is good. Should I trade here and draw a card? I don't think so. Doesn't really seem worth it. Okay. Let's play our Goliath now. Exile our Starfish and our Gearcrafter. Oh, does he have a counterspell? I think he does. Yep. All right, there's that Clash of Wills we saw. All right. Nicely done by our opponent. Getting back at us for our messing with his Scob Goliath antics in game 1. I don't block now, definitely, because I have Throwing Knife. So I take 2 again. Okay. I'm going to put Throwing Knife out there, equip my Servitor, and swing with it. Opponent may have removal. Looks like it. Yep. Yeah, we're in trouble in this game. That's for sure. We do get to take advantage of the card draw first, at least. Drew a bounce spell. I think I end my turn. Our 2 biggest creatures have been dealt with. We do have ways to interrupt our opponent's flow here, but it's about all we can do. Whirler Rogue, I guess, would be pretty great. Ugh, that's gross. We didn't get any of those. Would have been nice. So he's going to get back a removal spell. Yeah, I don't think we can win this game. Seems pretty hard. He's getting back Clash of Wills. Boggart Brute's not a bad draw, though. Kind of surprised he got back Clash of Wills instead of Unholy Hunger, but he may just have more removal in his hand, so it doesn't matter. Claustrophobia. Okay. So we take almost lethal here. Do I bounce something? It doesn't really seem worth it. Doesn't seem like it'll really make a difference. I can bounce my own, my opponent's Claustrophobia, swing, take off the knife and kill that, and then bounce something else. I think that's what I have to do here. So we're going to bounce Claustrophobia back to his hand. He could Clash of Wills here. He decided not to, though. Alright, that Starfish gives us a little more life. Well, he does have Clash of Wills. So we're going to swing. I mean, we know he has Claustrophobia, so that can also shut down our Starfish, but we attack. We're going to throw the knife at his possessed Skob. We're going to play our Starfish. And we're going to have to bounce one of those so we don't die this turn because we know he has Claustrophobia. So I guess I'll bounce this one. Put it back on top of his library. Put that on the bottom of my library. So he's going to play the Skob and Claustrophobia, I'm guessing. Probably on our Starfish now. No, he's not playing his Claustrophobia. Okay, I didn't want to scry there because I may end up needing to block, but maybe I should have. Alright, so we're going to end our turn. Here comes Claustrophobia. And do we take lethal here no matter what? Yes, we do. If he plays Claustrophobia. I don't know why he wouldn't. See what's on top of our library. Just curious. Yeah, wouldn't have mattered if I scried. So we lose game 2, on to game 3. Our opponent had a lot of removal in that game that we didn't see in game 1. I'm glad we took a little from him. Yeah, I mean, Goldforge Sentinel seems like it might be good against this guy, but not better than Alhamarid or Skob Goliath. So that Clash of Wills is pretty brutal, so we need to keep in mind that he has that. Worked pretty well against us in that game. I would like to play first. And our hand is a definite keep. It's a fast one, which I think is good against this opponent. Turn 2 Dragon Fodder, turn 3 Gear Crafter. So we're going to go pretty wide, pretty fast. And having Disperse and Harbinger to help us punch through damage is good too. Okay. I think I play the Dragon Fodder first still instead of the Subterranean Scout. End our turn. Mage Ring Network, huh? All right, looks like we're going to get in some action early. There's Alhamaret. And we're going to play, he may have Clash of Wills, and I could try to play around that. But I think making him use it early on like a gear per gear crafter seems pretty good. So we're going to try to play our gear crafter. I could have played the scout. Yeah, it looks like he's got Clash of Wills. Oh, nope. Just putting a counter on that. Okay, great. That means we're going wide in a hurry. Our opponent seems to be missing a color. And we've got Disperse and the Harbinger to back up stuff that we do. Not to mention Subterranean Scout to help punch through some damage. Okay, he has both colors now. Alright, we're just going to swing with everyone. Drop him to 13. I think playing the Scout this turn's better than waiting and giving something unblockable because we have Disperse in our hand anyway. Alright. We'll make itself unblockable. Our opponent's definitely in trouble if they can't get a creature out there. Like, his removal's not as good now that we've gone wide. If he has Eyeblight Massacre, it would be bad. Okay, so that dude, I think I Disperse it and then swing for 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I think that is what we do here. Disperse the guard. Alright, getting closer to Alhamaret, who could be an important finisher if our opponent finds a way to put a stop to our beatdowns. So if he plays that guard again, and I flash in my Harbinger at the end of his turn, does have a lot of mana now. I mean, he can use Unholy Hunger or whatever, but like I said, his one creature removal spells aren't very good right now since we started the way we did. So you have to pay to do this, or is it just tap, remove? Yes, just remove. All right, well, our opponent scooped. We won that one with a pretty aggressive start, so that was good. So we're 2-0, have a chance at 3-0. Thanks for watching.